Good morning. It is Sunday. I don't know what day. I have no idea. Doesn't matter. I am in Vermont. I'm very north in Vermont, and it's so beautiful out here. It's like a joke. This landscape is just a joke. It's just beautiful. I mean, driving in was just like mountains and leaves that were turning from the fall colors and these windy roads, and it was just incredible. And like I stopped at a gas station in one of the towns, and it was like one of those old like dial gas stations, and I was just like, not only am I not comfortable pumping my own gas because I'm from New Jersey, but like, what do I even do? So I like had to go in and you pay for it inside, and they had to tell me what to do. And I went to the bathroom, and the lady was like, there's like a crowd outside. You might want to go out there. And everybody was like, I can't believe you have a pig. Oh my God. And they're like bringing her like carrot treats and stuff. Like she was not interested. But it was like so beyond sweet that they were doing that. And everybody was so nice, and they were looking at the house. And I was like, wow, like these people are like so nice. Put me in such a good mood to get to the location. And then I get to the location. First of all, it's way later than I thought it was going to be. It just takes forever. I left so early. I think it took me 11 hours. I was just so tired. I'm driving, and I missed the road. And it's dark, and it's a back road. And I'm like, where the fuck am I going to turn around? Like, I have this giant house. I don't even know where I'm going to turn around. GPS isn't working. There's no service. So I don't know where the next road is. So luckily I found another road. This has a pretty good turn radius, surprisingly. So I was able to turn around. It wasn't a big deal. I didn't even have to back up, actually, which was cool. I got to the road. It's like this really long, windy dirt road. And I just completely didn't pay attention to the directions or like misunderstood them. I don't know what happened. But anyway, there's like, you go down the road and there's a turnoff for the tiny houses. Completely missed it. It was a tiny little sign, and you would see it during the day. Didn't see it at night. Then you continue on the road, and then there's a turnoff with all the cars. And I thought, that's not where I'm supposed to go, because that's where all the cars go. And I was right. So I kept going down the road. And that, according to the directions, if you were paying attention, is where the road washes out. So you shouldn't go that way. That's a bad way to go. And that's, of course, the way I went. So I'm going down the hill, and I see that there's another steep hill right in front of me. And I was like, you know what? I'm not supposed to be here. So I stopped the car. I stopped the truck. And there was like, when I was going down, there was like another V this way. So it's like, if I pull forward and come this way, I might be able to turn around. I'm not sure. But then it was going downhill, and I was like, okay, if I turn, the whole house is going to fall. It's a bad idea. So I start walking. You know, at this point, like, Crusher's so hungry because it's late, and I really held it off because, like, I was like, let's just get there, and then you can eat and go to the bathroom. Like, let's just get there. And so she's, like, starving, has to go to the bathroom. I put her in the backpack, and I start walking. And, of course, like, later I find out she, like, pooped and peed all over it. Because she was scared, because I was scared. And so I was like, God damn it. And her blanket was in there, so then her blanket was disgusting. And then I had to clean out the backpack, and now she just always poops in the backpack. And so I think I have to throw that backpack out. Totally sucks, but whatever. I start walking, I run into this dude. And he's just like, Uncle Bob will fix this. I was like, I don't give a fuck who gets to fix it. Just somebody help me. So Uncle Bob, he like drove me over with his ATV, and he's like, okay, this is the plan. You're going to do this, and I'm going to help you, and this is what's going to happen. I was like, okay, fine, let's do it. We tried backing it up, and like backing up a steep hill on sand, trying to get the trailer a certain way. Like, you had to go fast to back up, right? There was no going slow. So, like, trying to get the trailer a certain way, it just wasn't going to work out. He was like, do you think you can make it up that next hill? There's a pasture up there, you can turn around. And I was like, I don't know. You tell me, because I really don't know. He takes his ATV and goes up the hill, and there's like a water, it's like a relief for water, but there's a name for it, I don't know what it's called. And then there's like another one, and it looks like super steep, and I was like, oh my god, there's no way I'm making it there. There's no way. And he was like, listen, it's just as steep as the road you're on now, and if you're backing up on this, you're fine. So I was like, well, fuck it. At this point, like, I'm already in a place where I can't get out of. I'm already stuck. I might as well at least try and get out. And he's like, you're gonna have to take a running start. And I was like, oh my god. It's so bumpy. It's so bumpy. And I'm gonna, like, go downhill with all the bumps, go uphill with all the bumps, hit the waterway with a lot of bumps, hit the next one with a lot of bumps. I was just like, oh my god. Whatever. Let's just do it. So I get a running start. It's super bumpy. I go back up. I'm on like 4 high, so I can like go. Hit the waterway, I'm literally airborne. Because you can't go over it fast. And I'm like, oh my god, I have an airborne house. I'm the Dukes of Hazzard right now. And I go up the next one, and I get to the top. And there's a huge pasture, and you could turn around, and you could come back down the hill braking. And I was like, we made it. And of course, like, I'm like freaking out. And Bob's like, you did it! Yeah, we did it! I'm like, thank you for being here. I don't know what I would have done. And like the whole time I just wanted to cry. I just wanted to cry so bad. But first of all, I was too tired to cry. And crying takes a lot of energy. And like, second of all, I was just like, there's no time to cry, dude. Let's just get this house out of here. Like, it seems silly, but having a pig is like similar to having a kid where like, as a nanny, where like you're their responsibility. So if you freak out, they freak out, and you don't want them to freak out. So you keep it together. And that's like what I've been doing. So so finally he takes me to the right place, and I have to like turn and back up and go all around, and finally we park the house where it's supposed to be. He's like, you missed this? And I was like, yeah, I guess so. I come in the house, and mostly it's a huge mess, but like everything was on the ground. All my boxes in the mini loft on the ground, and my sewing machines are up there, my craft box is up there, like my favorite sewing machines are up there, so if they broke, like, I'd cry. For real. My shoes were up there, the cleaning stuff's up there, and it's all just on the ground, and the boxes, like, got a little chipped away, and I was just like, well, oh well, because we're here. You know what I mean? Like, we made it, we're flat, my pig's okay, I'm okay, we're here. So, like, we move enough rubble to get through to feed her. And then thankfully, oh my god, they have electricity. I was like, oh my god, finally, I can turn the lights on. I was like, I'm dealing with this mess tomorrow. As long as I can walk through it, I'm not gonna deal with it. And I like go join the crew, and they're all just like, I'm glad you're okay. And I was just like laughing, and I was just like, I can't believe the amount of times I've gotten this stuck. I've hurt myself. I've broken something in the house. I've lit fires in the house. Like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? And then it dawned on me that, like, Don must have built this house pretty freaking great. This is 2x3s with spray foam insulation. And with those bumps, being airborne, I don't know how this house hasn't fallen apart. Like, I for sure thought something was going to fall apart. And, like, my bed didn't even move. The kitchen stuff didn't even move. Like, my closet didn't move. And I was just like, I'm shocked. The wear and tear that I've put on this already, and it's fine. And, like, thankfully, like, Ohio, Indiana, Iowa, flat. I'm like, yes, flat roads. Harder to get stuck on. Hooray. But, like, it really, like, I can tell people now, like, 2x3s are a good choice to save on weight if you're doing spray foam, because, like, it's super rigid. And also, I'm just like, one of my friends was like, you seem weirdly optimistic with all the terrible things that happen. And I was like, Yeah, you know, I really want to cry and give up. Like, I really want to do that. But it's not a choice. It's not an option. And at the end of the day, like, you're home. Like, I'm home. And it's weird because I used to hate... I had major anxiety going places. Like, I liked the travel going there, and I was, like, so excited. And then once I got there, I was like, I just want to stay in the car because I'm safe here. Having your house is a huge security blanket while also putting you in these crazy adventurous spots. So, like, I'm in Vermont. I don't know. I know, like, 3 people who are here. Like, 4 people who are here. But not well. And, like, between that and, like, if you asked Hillary 2 years ago if she would have done this, she would have said no. She would have been like, I'm too fucking scared to do that. There's absolutely no way. And now, like, I'm here. And it wasn't even a big deal. I wasn't afraid to get out of my car. I just fucking got out and joined the crew. And not only that, but, like, with all the terrible shit that's happened. So I think I'm really growing as a person. And that's really exciting. And I also think having your actual home is a security blanket because you can just go home. Like, I can just be like, okay, I'm done. I'm going home. I don't have to go in a tent and unpack stuff. I don't have to go... I have my everything I need. I don't have to worry about packing stuff because I already have it. So that's really, really cool. So that was awesome. So I'm here at Deek's summer camp. And it's beautiful. And it's like for real camp. And it's really cool. And we all sit around by the fire. And you listen to cool tiny house speakers. And you help everybody else build. And it's really, really special and cool. And I'm super, super happy to be here. And I love it. And I'm having so much fun. The woods are littered with tree houses and alternative structures, and they just like build them, and it's like a magical forest, like a fairy forest with fairy houses, and it's so cool. And like people can camp out or they can stay in a tree house, and like that's so cool. It's been cool. I've met so many amazing people already. Crusher's really happy. I've been bringing her back and forth to camp and then leaving her here, and she's been really good. When she squeals, people are like, what the fuck? But then she keeps it together, and it's fine. And, like, you're with the right crew, so I don't have to worry about people coming in the house asking me stupid questions. Like, they're nice, and they just want to know logistics. Having a composting toilet, I'm like, fuck that thing. Like, I hate it, and I ended up throwing it out in Tennessee. Because it was just DIY. And I spent forever building it. And I just, like, it doesn't work. So I was able to talk to a bunch of people here and figure out how to do it. And now I feel confident that I can do it myself again. And not have to buy a, like, $900 toilet. Which I want to do. It's not like I don't want to, like, any excuse to buy a $900 toilet I'll do because I love that toilet. But if I can do it myself, I'm going to do it myself. So, yeah. Also, I've been letting Crusher sleep in bed with me, but, like, we'll cuddle for, like, an hour or so, and then she'll want to get down. She'll want to, like, root around, and so she gets down. But last night, she, like, rooted around underneath the blanket, so she was by my legs, because it was cold last night, and I was afraid to leave her down here because it was cold. And, she rooted along the blankets, and it was so warm and soft, and I loved it. And then I heard this little, like, scratching, and I was like, oh my god, that's the sound of hooves on my floor. Oh my god, did she fall out of the loft? Oh my fucking god. And I, like, freak out, and I get up, like, very carefully, just in case, and she was right on the ledge under the blanket, and I, like, carefully scoop her up and bring her back in bed, and I'm like, oh my god, like, if, like, she would have fallen to certain death, like, good thing she didn't fall. Like, how long was she there before I woke up? That net that I made does not work. P.S. I gave up on it. I gotta figure something else out. Unbelievable. So she gave me a heart attack. So then, and then she was fooling around, so I just took her downstairs. So now we're up. I missed morning yoga. I was too tired. So tomorrow morning is Monday, and I will be leaving to go to Montreal. Go to Montreal and then go to Niagara Falls. I have to look up the directions once I get to a an area with service, but like there's no service here, so I can't look anything else up. And I also have a new plan. I hate driving around with my truck. Like, I hate it. And I'm done. Like, my truck is done and I'm done. And we went 2,000 miles and we did a great job, but I'm done. And we went over 2,000 miles. But like, it always smells like gasoline, and I always have a sore throat when I'm driving, and I feel like that's really, really bad. So I'm gonna need to get a truck when I get to the Midwest, where they're cheaper, I think. But then I was like, the bus people suggested that I get a like short school bus and pull the house with that, because it has a more powerful engine than mine has, and it's diesel. I was like, well, that's fucking cool. And then I can have that as like my weekend travel home, and I don't have to pull this anymore. It's really hard to pull this and really bad for gas mileage. So I was like, okay, that might be cool. And then I was like, conversely, if that's not a powerful enough engine to pull my house, I'll get a box truck and make that a weekend home and pull my tiny house with that. Who knows? So, we'll see. We'll do some research when we get to Iowa and figure out some options. We'll figure it out. I'm just gonna get out there and just let my gut tell me what to do. I'm just gonna be like, gut, what do you think? What do we do? What's your plan? I'm just gonna like meditate and be like, higher self, your plan told me to do something. What is it that I should do? It's never led me wrong. So that's the plan. Everybody's like, I think all the bad things happened to you already. Like, you might be done. I was like, I sure hope so. I can't take it. But you just gotta keep your chin up and be like, what are you gonna give up? You can't. And it's so funny because like if I'm downhill, I'm just like, well, you know what? Like, this is my home now. Like, I live here now. My house is here, so I live here.